Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we are solving problem 3637, Trionic array 1. This is an easy problem and the key for the solution is observation. So first we will visualize this and then I will show you the code. We are given an integer array nums and we need to return true if it's trionic or false otherwise. And here we have the definition of a trionic array. We need to have 3 consecutive segments where the first one is strictly increasing, the second one is strictly decreasing, and the third one is strictly increasing again. So if we're given these numbers, here we have the visual representation of the array. And as you can see, first we have an increasing segment, then we have a decreasing segment, and then we have an increasing segment. So we meet this condition, meaning the result in this case is true. The first observation here is that in any trionic array we have one peak and one valley. This is very important. And maybe you are thinking about looking for these values by checking what's the maximum and minimum value in this array. But this is not correct. Here you can see why. The maximum value is 6 and this is different from the peak, and the minimum value is 1, which is different from the valley. So we need to think about something else. And the solution is pretty straightforward. We can just iterate every index from left to right from index 1 with an I pointer. And given that we are starting here, we are checking if the current value is strictly greater than the previous value. And if it is, we are good to go. We can update the I pointer. Here, given that 3 is greater than 1, we can move the I pointer to the next position. Now we are at index 2, meaning we are here. So we are checking if 5 is strictly greater than the previous value, meaning 3. And it is, so we update I again. Now we are here, and given that 4 is smaller than 5, here we can take a small breakpoint. This means that we have just found our peak. We'll call this P. And the peak right now is the current I pointer minus 1, meaning 3 minus 1, so this is 2. We know that at this index we have a peak. And now we can use this breakpoint to check if the current P is equal to the previous breakpoint, meaning 0. Because if this is true, this means that the length of this segment is 0. And if it's 0, here we need to return false right away. Now, given that P is 2 and 2 is different from 0, we are good to go. We can continue. Now, given that we have our P, we are checking if this segment is in decreasing order. So, given that 4 is strictly smaller than 5, we are good to go and we can update the I pointer. Now we are here, and given that 2 is strictly smaller than 4, we can update the I pointer. Now the I pointer is here. The current value is 6, the previous value is 2. And given that 6 is greater than 2 and we are looking for elements in decreasing order, here we can take another breakpoint because we have just found a valley. And we are calling this Q. And we can use this breakpoint to check if Q is equal to P. Because if this is true, we need to return false right away. Why? Well, because if this is true, it means that the length of this segment is 0. And in this case, we don't have a trionic array, so we return false. Now here Q is 4, P is 2, and given that these two values are different, this means that the length of this segment is at least 1, in which case we can continue with the next segment. We are good to go here. Now we are looking at this segment, meaning we are looking for values in ascending order. So we are checking if this value 6 is strictly greater than this one, which is 2. And it is, so we can update the I pointer. Now the I pointer is here, and we need to check if the length of this segment is at least 1. How can we do this? Well, we can take the previous breakpoint, which is given by this index, meaning I minus 1, and check if this is equal to Q, because if these values are equal, this means that the length of this is 0, in which case we need to return false. Now here I minus 1 is 5, Q is 4, and given that these values are different, we are good to go. Now we are also checking if we have already iterated every element in the array, because if we haven't, we might have something like this next, in which case this array is not Trionic. So if I is smaller than n, here we need to return false also. In this case, I is equal to n, because we are here out of bounds, so we are also good to go. So finally, at this point, we can just return true in this case. Time complexity here is big O of n because we are iterating every element once, and space complexity is big O of 1. So with this in mind, now let's go with the code. First, we can say that n is the length of nums, and we start from index 1. And we can say while I is smaller than n, meaning we are in bounds, and nums I is greater than nums I minus 1, we can update I to the next index. Now, here we can take a breakpoint and say that p is equal to I minus 1, and check if p is equal to 0, meaning the previous breakpoint, we return false right away. If we are still here, we can check the next segment. While I is more than n and nums I is smaller than nums I minus 1, here we need to update I. This is lowercase I. And here at this point, we can take another breakpoint and say that q is equal to I minus 1, and if q is equal to the previous breakpoint, meaning p, the length of the current segment is 0, in which case we return false. If we are still here, we need to check the third segment. While I is smaller than n and nums I is greater than nums I minus 1, we update I. And finally, we check if I minus 1 is equal to the previous breakpoint, q, or I is smaller than n, meaning we have not iterated every element in the array, we return false. Finally, if we are still here, we can just return true because we have a Trionic array. So this is the entire code. Now let's submit this. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.